Hi, I'm Scoot, and welcome to Scoot on the Air YouTube. So we finally have a three-party system. We've got three parties now. One Democrat party and two Republican parties. And I guess the question is, are the two Republican parties going to stay divided, or are they going to come together and coalesce around one person, or one ideology, I guess I should say? The two parties are very distinct. There is the Trump Republican Party. There are those who believe the big lie, and ex-President Trump was once again perpetrating the big lie again this weekend, that the election was stolen, that he really did win the election. And I guess the scary thing about that is there's people that believe this crap. I mean, they believe it. Not because there's any evidence, but because he said it. And then you've got Liz Cheney, and she's like the third ranking Republican on Capitol Hill. You've got Liz Cheney, a Republican who is being condemned by Kevin McCarthy and others on Capitol Hill because she dares to challenge Trump. So look, here's the question. Do you have to believe everything Trump says? Do you have to follow the Trump ideology? Do you have to follow that direction of the Republican Party in order to be a Republican or to be a conservative? Because if that's the case, I don't know how the Republican Party is going to win again. Mitt Romney booed at a Republican convention over the weekend in Utah. It's not often that you talk about Utah and booze because, they don't have a lot of, well, they have very strict alcohol laws there. But I'm talking about the other kind of booze, like booze from the audience. And Mitt Romney looks out over the audience and he says, "Aren't you embarrassed? I mean, aren't you embarrassed that you've come to this?" Some called him a traitor. Some called him a communist. How in the hell do you get communist? You don't know anything about communism. You don't know a damn thing if you call Mitt Romney a communist. You don't know crap. As a registered independent and a radical moderate, I have a lot in common with the Republican Party. And I was registered Republican most of my life. The Republican Party left me. I didn't leave them. But the party doesn't even have a platform anymore. The Republican Party doesn't stand for anything. It's not about candidates doing anything. It's about them versus us. It's about fear. It's about scaring you. We talk about this a lot, but it's becoming more and more obvious all the time. And for Liz Cheney to be condemned the way she's being condemned, and for Mitt Romney to be condemned and to be booed the way he's booed. So wait, let me get this straight. So Republicans are not allowed to criticize each other. Democrats criticize each other, but Republicans can't? What is going to end the war in the Republican Party? I don't know. I don't think it's going to end. I really don't. I am surprised, but I'll tell you what it is. It's about money. It's about money. It's about getting reelected. That's it. These Republicans know Trump is full of crap. They know it. They know the big lie is just that, a big freaking lie. They know it. But they can't say it because they're making so much money. Here's a comment from Warren that says, "This is some crap. Dems are the ones with the blanked up platform. Well, at least they have a platform. And look, I'm not a big fan of the Democrats' platform. Don't get me wrong here, but the Republicans don't even have one. They haven't had a platform since 2012. Yeah, since 2012. They didn't have one when Trump ran both times. No platform. It's all about hating. It's all about scaring the crap out of you. And I just think it's a damn shame that there are politicians that know better, Republicans, conservatives, real good conservatives that know better, but they're afraid because they're making so damn much money. They're getting so much money from the extreme right that they don't care what's the truth. They just care about getting reelected. That's it. And that's what this game is about. Whether it's local, statewide, there are a few exceptions, but for the most part, on every level of politics, it is about getting elected and about getting reelected. And the politicians, don't give a damn about you or me, except to get our money, because they beg for our money so they can get elected. That's the end game for them. The only time they do things that they present as good for the people are the things that they think people will give them credit for. Why? So they vote for them. In their hearts and minds, they know, but it is a game. It's a money game. The Democrats play it too. It's not just the Republicans. It's sad. You know what? I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm really not. I'm just going to do the best I can as a citizen. I'm going to continue to vote, and I'm going to continue to use my radio talk show to talk about what I see as the truth. And I'm going to be honest about it. And I don't care if people criticize me for not sucking up to Trump. You do not have to like and subscribe to Trumpisms in order to be a Republican or a conservative. And I don't know what it's going to take for more Republicans to stand up and say that. And Kevin McCarthy and Lindsey Graham and others, what have they done? They've gone back and forth, but they always come back to Trump. They're scared. They are afraid. They are spineless. They're afraid to say anything negative about Trump. And if Trump is the standard bearer for the Republican Party, I don't think they're going to win in 2024. Hey, you know what? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I know that there were people in 2016 that guaranteed Hillary Clinton was going to win. Calling in my show. Hillary's going to win. I guarantee you Hillary's going to win. She lost. In 2020, people were calling my show. I guarantee you Trump's going to win by a landslide. He lost. So you can be damn sure about how you think it's going to turn out, but you don't necessarily know. You can be sitting there going, I guarantee Trump's going to win in 2024. No, you don't know. That is not a guarantee. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? On my radio show on WWL in New Orleans, I'm going to continue to talk about some fun stuff. And I'm not going to get so locked up into I find this entertaining because it's almost comical. So I'll spend some time talking about this. But I'm not going to get so hung up in this war within the Republican Party and the war between the two parties to do anything other than call it out. I'll call it out. But I'm not going to waste my life worrying about these bitter battles, these petty battles that are all over money and all over the whole idea of getting elected or getting reelected, because that's all they care about. Thank you for joining me here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel.